Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel once again, and here we'll be learning how to make the umbrella dress or circle dress. Either way, you know it. So now we are using Ankara for this particular video, but you can choose to use chiffon or any fabric at all. So the first thing we are going to do at all is to fold it in a triangle form, just as you can see in the video. So Ankara comes in a length of 45 inches. So you make it in a triangular form, but if you are using chiffon or crepe, they come in a longer length, so you might be able to make a long umbrella dress without joining with crepe or chiffon. So now, after folding it in a triangular way, we are going to mark the spot at which the triangle ends. Can you see? So at this point, I'm using a chalk to mark that point, and then I would open it up, and after opening it up, I'll fold it into two. Can you see what I'm doing? So I opened the triangle and now I'm folding it into two as a square. So now it looks like a square on both sides. Please make sure that what you are folding on the upper part is equal to what you are folding on the lower part. And after you've done that, you make sure that you arrange it properly before cutting. So now you can cut it at this point, or you can just fold it again into another triangular form before you cut. So I did the latter. I folded it again, I pinned it, making sure that my fabric is well secured. So most times if you watch my video, I always emphasize about pinning. I love pinning a lot because I hate or avoid making mistakes. So you can see after I folded into square, I folded it into triangle again, and now from the video I am counting how many you're supposed to have. You're supposed to have folded into 4. And then after folding, you pin and then you take off the excess. So please make sure you take off the excess at this point so that the excess fabric will not be dragging when you are placing your measurements on the fabric itself. Please, if you are new to this channel, I would like you to subscribe, like, comment and share. And if this is not your first time, I would also like you to drop a comment and like. If there are new videos or any video you'd like me to post, please you can write it in the comment section so that it will give me ideas on what to post or videos to make. Thank you. So after cutting, the next thing is to transfer our measurements. So moving forward, make sure you have your chalk, your pins, your straight ruler, measurement tape, armhole curve and scissors nearby. And now we'll proceed by measuring the bust area. My bust is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10, and then we'll add 1 inch allowance for ease. So now I'm going to mark 11, and that is what I've measured here. I made sure I marked both sides of the triangle and I rolled it. So now you measure from the tip of the triangle to where you've rolled to make sure that what you have on both sides are equal. So on both sides I had 14.5 inches. If you've done this measurement and you see that yours is not equal, please try it again and make sure it is equal. Moving forward, we are going to measure the armhole measurement. My armhole measurement is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And because we are doing an off shoulder, I'm going to take 4 off 8, which will make it 4. Yeah, so I'm going to measure the 4 from the bust line upwards. That's 4 inches from the bust line upwards, as seen in the video. And after doing that, I'll just rule a straight line to connect those dotted lines together. The next measurement to make now is our shoulder measurements. My shoulder measurement is 16 inches. 16 divided by 4 inches, because our fabric is folded into 4, is 4. So 16 divided by 4 is 4 inches. So I'm going to measure 4 inches starting from the center front line to wherever 4 inches gets to. And that 4 inches, I'm going to add half an inch for seam allowance. So after adding half an inch, I'm going to use my armhole curve to connect 4.5. That is 4 inches for shoulder and half an inch for seam allowance. I'm going to connect it to the bust line, just as you can see in the video. So now for the neck part, you can either leave the neckline like that, but if you want it shaped, maybe deep v-neck or curved neck, you can go down by 1 inch or 2 inches at most, depending on how revealing you want it to be. I went down by 1 inch and I used my curve ruler because I didn't want the sharp v-neck. I used my curve ruler to connect it. Yeah, so now you can proceed to cut out the upper parts. So this is what you have after cutting out the upper parts. So moving forward, we are going to cut the length of our dress. The length of my dress is 38 inches and I'm going to add 1 inch seam allowance to it, which will make it 39 inches. And I'm starting my measurement from the bust line. So I placed 8 inches, my tape on 8 inches on the bust line, and then I measured 39 inches. I did that all the way through the line. So at each point, I placed my tape rule on 8 inches and I measured 39 inches down and I connected the lines together. So that's the best way for you to get the exact length measurement for this umbrella dress. So after connecting the lines together, I went ahead to take my scissors and I cut it out. So this is what we have after cutting it out. Like, we're almost done with all the cutting that we have. So on the side seam line, there's still one part that needs to be separated. So all we have to do is just to separate it. The center front line and the center back line is going to be there. You don't need to cut that, please. So after we have cut the joining on the side seam, we are going to take off all the pins. And after taking off all the pins, so now for the neck part and the armhole, we are going to cut the strap. So for the neckline and armhole, you have 3 ways of doing your finishing. You can either cut facing, you can use bias, or you can just fold it and sew it. But for the course of this video, I used facing. So the facing was cut using the excess parts of the dress. That's the parts that I know that I'm not going to use for sewing. So I just folded it. I made sure it was folded into 4 and I placed the neck part of the dress on it, making sure the folded part is on the folded part of the facing, and then I traced out my neck parts. When it was properly placed on each other, I went ahead to cut. Now cutting the strap of the dress. The strap of the dress is 8 inches and we are cutting 2 straps. So 8 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, that's 9 inches in total. So here I folded the fabric into 2. So if we divide 9 inches by 2, we are going to have 4.5. So the wideness of the strap is totally dependent on you, but I used 2 inches here because I wanted a tiny strap. You can go ahead to use 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, depending on the style or creativity you are trying to create. But for the course of this video, I used 2 inches. So it was 2 inches by 4.5 and I cut 2 of that. After cutting, I took it to the sewing machine. I sewed it, turned it to the other side, and I ironed it before proceeding to joining it to the dress. So now you take one part of your dress, you place it flat, you put your strap on it, and then you put your facing. Make sure that the facing is right part facing the right part of the cloth. Before pinning the strap to the neckline, make sure you leave about half an inch before the armhole. That half an inch is what you use to turn the armhole over so that you don't sew on the strap. So now after pinning the strap, you go ahead by placing the interface on it. Please make sure you pin at every point. So after placing the interface, what I did is that I sewed the neckline first. After sewing the neckline, I top stitched it. After top stitching, I ironed before sewing the armhole and then iron again. So from this video now, you can see the end results. So what we are going to do is to do the same thing that we've done to this side. We're going to do it to the back side too. So now I'm going to place the back side of the fabric on the front part of the fabric. And then I will go ahead to pin the strap, making sure I am leaving half an inch to turn the armhole on both sides. And after doing that, we'll move ahead by placing the interface. This is me making sure that my strap is not twisted before putting the interface on it. So once that is done, this is the results that we have. You can see that both sides are looking well sewn and neat now. So the next thing to do is to sew the side seam. Place the two side seams together. Make sure the armhole are on the same line and then the lengths are also of the same length. Place them together, pin it on both sides, and then you transfer to your sewing machine. After you finish sewing the side seam, make sure you also hem the lower part of the dress and iron it properly. Once you are able to iron immediately you finish sewing, the outcome of your dress will always come out very nice. So here we've already finished. I'm done sewing the neckline, the strap, the hem and everything, and I've ironed everything I have sewn. This dress is looking so nice even without wearing it yet. So we have come to the end of this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye. See you in my next video.